So,
But if we can't get right to the door, you can. I mean, if we can't park right in front of the door, you can drop me though, please.
okay. So I'm with Sally. Sally's been faking an injury for like weeks now for attention.
It's working pretty well.
That's working pretty well. She managed to get a fake boot.
Yeah, and crutches.
And fake crutches. So, but we're humoring her today.
Oh, I appreciate that.
We're going to pretend that she really was injured. Okay. She just wanted someone to walk her dog every day, really.
Yeah, because I hate walking.
And then next week, I'm having a fake operation, a fake hip replacement.
Did you want this plugged into something?
No. So we'll do and Sally will be maybe recovered enough to fake walk my dog for my fake recovery.
Yeah, we can trade off on fake injuries.
Yeah.
And fake dog walking. I was hoping, I went to the doctor, today's Sunday?
Today's Sunday,
yeah.
So
I went to
it took me 20 minutes to figure that out today.
I went to the doctor on Thursday, and I was hopeful that he was going to say, oh, you can stop using the crutches and walk in the boot. No. 2 more weeks of boot and crutches, and he's going to take x-rays when I go back a week from Thursday.
But he reviewed the old x-rays, right? And nothing was missed or...
No.
That's to me, that's the good news.
Yeah.
I was afraid they were going to say, oh, the ER doctor was wrong. You have a triple Bullwinkle fracture that requires a titanium rod and 87 screws.
Right,
you know?
Exactly. And that's part of the reason. He also said that if he had seen me originally, he would have had me come in 6 weeks, not in 4 weeks. But to my way of thinking, because the ER docs are often harried and hurried, and it made more sense to me to follow the ER doc's recommendation to get seen in 4 weeks than it would.
So conceivably, if it had been 6 weeks and you went in 6 weeks, you would have.
Something else was wrong.
Yeah. Continue. An ER doctor is not an orthopedic specialist, so
exactly.
they need to be careful. I'm sure they have protocols for that. It's probably.
Well, and this was the first experience I'd had in an ER where they actually handed me a disc before I left with all of the reports on it and all the x-rays to give to the next doctor.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, which was very cool.
Yeah. So, between, my hip replacement and your injury and stuff, when you're growing up, you're in your 20s and you're 30, you face hardships and you're kind of frustrated and stuff. I'm telling you, it's nothing compared to being over 60.
Well,
over 60 it's an interesting dynamic because it's the happiest time in my life, but physically it's the most challenging time in my life.
You know what they say? Growing old is not for the faint of heart. And we're not even old yet, Rob. At least I'm not. I plan to live forever. So far, so good. So
then you'll never get old.
I'll never get old. I'll never grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Remember that?
I've never heard of Toys R Us.
Really?
Yeah, I'm too young. Never heard of that.
Well, you are comparatively a youngin'.
What is this phrase, Toys R Us? I do not understand.
They didn't go out of business until the 90s, I think.
And what is this thing people talk about, Kmart? I've never heard of that either.
Kmart. Hey, we had a Kmart in operation in my town in California until Walmart finally moved in. I think that was 2018 or 19. The Walmart finally got built. And within 3 days of Walmart opening, Kmart had their going out of business sign all over the building. And everybody knew that was going to happen anyway. It was a terrible Kmart. But it was one of the last ones. I think there's still a few around.
I'm not sure. Yeah. So you're going to be jealous of this. So by the time I went to walk Kit this morning, I had finished and published my daily positive news videos. Plus I produced a long form video and edited and published it.
Good for you. I'm on my 4th attempt at getting my long form geographical extremes in northeastern Maine video edited and published, and I thought yesterday I was going to get it done, and then my program crashed again. So I'm going to try one more time, and hopefully that'll be the charm. We'll see. I don't know why this is. There's got to be something corrupt in my video files. That's all I can figure.
I have a subscription to vidIQ, and it gives. And I don't usually do this, but lately I've been like, how many like drives into town for errands can I do? So they have a daily ideas thing, and they rate it by the popularity. And today's was tips about traveling with pets, and I said, I think I could talk about that, and I actually talked about it a lot more than I thought I would. There was a lot more information there that I didn't realize that people really wouldn't have before they get on the road. So I think it might be a pretty good one.
Huh. Okay.
What's going on here?
What's it say? Roadwork starting.
But there's like
1-7?
No, they're arresting somebody there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's not anything you don't put 3 patrol cars with lights on for a sign that says there might be some construction delays.
Continue on South Central Boulevard for half a mile.
So Mountain Quail, I have not been there. Maybe 2 years since I've been there.
I've been there for a week.
That's pretty good.
It was pretty good. And in fact, I had enough leftovers. I got 4 meals out of my meal that I ordered there.
Oh, wow. What did you order?
I had a skillet breakfast thing. And,
okay.
With potatoes and eggs and meat.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was good.
Maybe a side of flapjacks or something.
Oh, there you go. And then I brought back the leftovers, and I kept adding meat and eggs to it, and got 4 more meals out of it.
At the light, turn left onto West Main Street. Signs for I-10 Business Loop West, Blythe.
Wait for the green light.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And then you should be familiar with this. We're going to go up Moon Mountain.
Moon Mountain? Yeah, I'm familiar with Moon Mountain, that's for sure. I, for once, don't have any pending. This is unusual for me, but I checked Amazon. I don't have any pending purchases.
Wow.
That's rare. Well, you can see behind you. Did you see?
Oh, wow.
That's all.
That's all your medical stuff?
That's all my medical stuff.
For your fake surgery?
For my fake surgery, I got fake recovery equipment.
Cool. And you might want to, you said you might want to borrow my fake crutches if it turns out that might be easier.
Yeah. I was going to go get crutches just in case, but if you're going to be off crutches and...
Boy, I hope so. Yeah, and then I'm probably going to progress to a cane. Although I'm thinking I won't need a cane per se. I think I can use one of my walking sticks instead.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto South
Moon Mountain Avenue.
It's a pretty lazy Sunday in Quartzsite.
Yeah, not a whole lot of activity going on here.
We left the dogs at home.
All by themselves.
Dottie was probably snoozing. Kit was not real happy with our departure.
No, he never is. Kit's going to remain in the front passenger seat
the entire time?
The entire time watching for us to come back.
Well, last time he wasn't.
Yeah, he may settle down a little bit.
Wow. Well, that guy was going about 50 miles an hour.
So it's half a mile down on the left. Yeah, part of it too, though, is that you went over and got him after less than an hour, I think.
I don't remember how long it was.
So don't let anybody tell you Rob's not a softie. He went over and got Kit because he thought he might be afraid with all the wind noise.
Yeah. Oh, it was the worst wind day.
And it would have been. It was horrible. Well, and you said you had to go retrieve my wheelchair from like a wash away.
Well, I looked up out the window and I saw it sailing across the desert. And I immediately got up and there was no way I could catch up with it. It was going really fast and it ended up crashing in a wash.
That's pretty funny.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
I just noticed that place, the 5-star resort, looks like really nice, permanent year-round RV sites. But boy, it would be really, to me, I wouldn't want to live here full time.
In an RV, especially.
Or anyway, I like coming here because it's exciting in the winter, but year round, that novelty I think would wear off pretty quick.
Yeah.
Although
you could have gone in there, but whatever.
Let's see.
The door's over there. I think you might have to drop me.
Right.
Oh, there might be a spot around the corner next to that side by side.
Okay.
If you can grab one there, then you don't have to drop me. Yeah, that'll work.
Somebody in the side by side.
Looks like there's room between them and the car, though. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see what kind of trouble we can get in here.
Here's Mountain Quail Cafe. See you guys in a minute. I don't do a lot of shooting inside the restaurant other than the food. I don't know why. I just don't.
Well, there's not a lot to see.
Yeah. My salad.
At least that's what he's telling
That's
people.
my salad. And Sally is having just a light little plate there. Now, I want you to see the height of this thing.
It is huge.
It's huge.
Now, this will be more than one meal, guys. Just saying.
You want to be on the video? Doesn't want to be on the video. We have a friend here that we just met who watches the channel.
And he's been in Quartzsite for 26 years, which I think is pretty awesome. Can I mention your name?
Just Gil.
Just Gil.
Gil. His
So we're
name's
here
Gil.
with
That's
just
all we're
Gil,
going to say.
and we're not going to show
We're not
you
going to
Gil.
give out his last name, date of birth, and social security.
No, we're not going to share all of it.
So we finished, and I will show you what I ended up with is that, and Sally ended up with that. That's that's at least 3 meals for me.
Yeah.
She had the ribeye steak.
And eggs and
I had the
hash browns.
I had the salad. But what's interesting is Sally's was less than $1 more than mine.
Yeah, so
I was confused at first.
But the base price for mine was $16.99, and yours was $12 or $13.99.
Yeah, but the coffee was $2.99.
Yeah, and then
So
we got surcharged $1 for eggs
And yeah, sir.
without any warning.
Like I said, I bet there's a sign somewhere that says that.
I was looking when we were paying. I didn't see one, but
I mean,
you know,
to me,
what are we gonna do?
It's not a big deal.
and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we aren't seeing coffee prices going up in the relatively near future too.
But it was a good meal. It was a good meal, and we met a real interesting guy. Gil was his name, right? Gil. Yep. He's, it's crowded, so you sit in a big booth, and they see people with you, and you should have seen the look on your face, Sally, though, when they sat him down there.
I know.
But I was like, this is.
I got over it really quickly.
Well, it's an opportunity to meet somebody new, somebody by himself, and he's a real character, pilot of all sizes of airplanes all over the world. He's about to turn 90 years old.
Lived in Alaska.
Yeah.
And Santa Cruz and many other places.
And he lives here in Quartzsite year round. And
for 20.
Sadly, he lost
years.
his wife last year.
And then his Airedale.
Yeah,
not long after.
Yeah. So that was, it's always, and one of the first things he said was, I've seen you on the YouTube. I've seen you on the YouTube. So he knew who I was. And then he recognized Sally. So
I'm less recognizable than you.
So that was a lot of fun. So right now, I'm going to go down. I need to pick up some garbage bags at DG Market.
Are you getting the French ones?
Yeah. And that's going to be it for today's video.
Now, DG Market's the one at the far end of town, right?
It is.
Do they have produce or no?
Yes, they do.
Interesting. I still haven't been in there, of course.
It's not a big produce section. It's not comparable to either Roadrunner or Coyote. It's very small. Then there's a meat section that's very, very small. That doesn't begin to even approach the quality of Coyote.
No, Coyote's got some pretty decent meat.
I think I'd even characterize it as more than decent. I think it's excellent meat. Again, the prices, I'm getting 5 pounds of lean hamburger meat for like $31 every 2 weeks for Dottie. And you can't do a lot better than that even at Walmart. It was pretty crowded there as we left.
Yeah, that's why there was no traffic on the road when we were going in, because everybody was there.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that crowded when we walked in.
True.
But people came in probably right as church was getting out, maybe.
I don't know. It's only 10:30.
Well, there could be 8, 9 o'clock services. But it wasn't a young crowd. I think I could have vied for maybe one of the youngest in the room.
I think you could have.
It's 65. He was talking about his Airedale. He lost 2. And I was reminded, and I never made this connection before I talked about it today, was my uncle, my father had one sibling, my Uncle Bill, and I went and lived with my Uncle Bill for a few months when I was like 8 years old. And he had an Airedale, and his name was Dale. And here's the connection I never made. So my father had a dog when I was little, a German Shepherd, and he named his German Shepherd Shep. So I don't think that's a coincidence.
No.
That's the two brothers have some kind of similarity that led to the dynamic that the least creative name for a dog ever. When you take a part of the name of the breed and call your dog that's not putting a lot of effort.
No.
But
it's
not something I noticed at all when I was a kid.
So what would I call Kit? Chi? For Chihuahua? Chi.
And I guess I'd call Dottie Mutt. Like Mutt and Jeff.
Or Jeff.
Or Jeff.
All right, I'm going to put in a shameless plug for your guys. Check me out, because I'm going to take this leftover container.
Well, no one can see that.
Oh, we're facing forward?
Yeah, I'll have to turn it around.
Okay, thank you. All right, see this?
Now, you're going to have to wait till we get oriented so you don't have glare.
All right.
They're not going to be able to see you, trust me.
I get you. But I've already decided what I'm going to do with my leftovers.
All right. Here, we'll turn this over to Sally.
So what I'm going to do with my leftovers is I'm going to add mushrooms to my steak and hash browns and eggs. And I'll probably end up putting some more eggs in because I ended up eating all my eggs. And that's going to turn this into like 4 meals.
So if they have mushrooms in there, do you want them?
Oh, no, I have mushrooms. Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Plenty. Do you want?
All right, so I'm back, and I'm going to close out the video here. But I got to say, I met a really nice lady named Judy in there who's going to pray for me for my surgery. Gave a little bit of advice. One of the things she said was she was recovering from surgery and had a complication, and they had to fly her to Lake Havasu. And luckily, she had that helicopter insurance. And she said, get that insurance. And I showed her my card. I already have the insurance. She was real happy with me. But that's real good advice, too, to have that helicopter transport insurance, because Medicare won't pay $50,000 for an air transport. And the thing to do is to make sure, whichever one you sign up for, that where you're staying is in network with them. And I checked here, and I checked in Pahrump, and I checked the Eagle Nest area, too, and I'm in network. So that's a really good tip. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.